so today's video was actually heavily requested by a lot of you guys, so I thought I would just make one of these videos because a lot of you guys wanted me to make it, so here it is. So today I'm going to be doing a deck collection video. I'm just going to do like mini deck reviews in order of my least favorite deck to my most favorite deck. So basically that's how this video is going to go. Hopefully it won't be too long because I actually don't own that many decks. I only own maybe, I don't know, maybe between 20 to 30 decks. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see how many decks I have by the end of this video because I'm not too sure myself. So here we go, guys. We're going to start out with my least favorite deck, which is the black bicycle deck, just like this. This is actually my least favorite deck just because it's kind of bland. I mean, it's just bicycle cards and they're black, you know, the colors don't really pop off the screen or anything. But I mean, that's not to say that they're like bad cards or anything. All of my bicycle cards are super great quality. It's just like the color to me is not the most, you know, attractive in terms of all of my other decks. So yeah, that would probably be my least favorite deck. All right, so next up we have this deck over here. I think it's called like Bicycle Cyclist. I'm not exactly sure, but this is the box over here. You guys can see just like this, and here is the deck. So this deck is pretty cool. The back design is pretty cool. It's pretty nice. I think my most favorite thing about this deck is the faces. I really like the pips because they're very like big, they're very magnified, and I really do like that for like, you know, close-up magic. It's really nice to see all the pips if you're spreading out all the cards, and if you're showing the spectator all the cards, it's very easy to see all the pips because they're all very large. But yeah, this is a great quality deck. It's pretty cool. I think I picked it up from a CVS. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like everywhere. So you guys can go ahead and pick up one of these decks because they're super cool. All right, so next up would be this deck over here. It's actually a Rite Aid deck. It's a Rite Aid blue deck, and I've actually been looking online for where to get these, and I haven't been able to find one. But if you guys know the exact name of this deck, please let me know in the comments below because I would love to, you know, leave a link for you guys to purchase one of these decks. So this is actually, I think, the first deck I ever used, and as you guys can see, it's like disgusting. It's so old and it's so overused and dirty, but it actually doesn't stop the quality from being great. I mean, look at this fan over here. It's actually not even that bad. Like, it's actually a pretty decent deck over here, and I think it's because of the material of these cards. These cards are actually pretty glossy, unlike, you know, regular bicycle decks. These cards have a much more smooth and glossy material on the backs and on the faces, and they're really just, you know, smooth to play with and shuffle, and they still Pharaoh shuffle pretty nicely. I can try do a Pharaoh shuffle over here, but yeah, you guys can see like that's pretty good. It's a pretty good deck still, so yeah, I definitely would recommend picking one of these up as well. All right, so next up would be my just normal red bicycle deck. I use this deck a lot actually. I really do like the quality of these cards. They're not, you know, my favorite cards because they're not that cool looking or anything. They're just normal bicycle cards, but that doesn't mean to say that I hate these cards or anything because these cards are super great quality. I've actually been using these cards for a few years now, and they're still super great, high quality, smooth, perfectly awesome cards. And as you guys can see, I actually have marked this deck just like this here on the corners. As you guys can see, this is a marked deck over here. If you guys want to know how to do a marked deck, I actually might post a video in the future teaching you guys how to make a bicycle marked deck. So yeah, I might do that in the future. But anyways, this deck is super nice, super high quality, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys probably have one, so I'm not going to say too much more about this deck. So next up would be my bicycle fuchsia deck of cards. This deck is super awesome because I really do like the color of these cards. They're really cool, just a really nice pink color. It really does, you know, pop off the screen. I like to use these cards for colorful card tricks and stuff like that. These are really nice cards. If you want to catch a spectator's attention, these cards are definitely the cards to use because they're really bright, really colorful, nice looking cards, and they're very great quality as well. I love the quality of these cards. So yeah. All right, so now we're going to start to get into Theory 11 territory. So over here we have the gold artisans just like this, and I will show you guys the cards over here just like this, as you guys can see. I really do like these cards, but they're probably my least favorite Theory 11 deck. I'm not really sure why. This deck also comes with 2 identical jokers and a double backer, so that is pretty nice. Just the overall design of the cards, they're not my absolute favorite. I mean, they're pretty nice and they're pretty cool to look at, but they're not my absolute favorite, and the quality of the cards are nice. They're a little bit stiff in my experience. These cards are a little bit more stiff than my other decks, but I still would definitely recommend picking one of these decks up if you haven't already. All right, so next up we have the Theory 11 medallions deck just like this. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the cards. So I really really do like this design of the cards. They are super nice quality, and the cards themselves, like the face cards, are really cool design. They're not normal, like normal bicycle cards. They have really cool designs on the faces. Like they almost look like real people. It's super nice, and they're super cool. And I think this is a double backer here. Yep, so it also comes with a double backer. So that's really nice. And also 2 identical jokers, but I only have 1 in here, obviously, because it's me, Nathan. So yeah, I would definitely recommend picking up these cards if you haven't already. Alright, so next up is going to be the Theory 11 Contraband deck. So I have done many tricks with this deck before because I really love this design and the feel of these cards. They're super smooth, super high quality, and just the back design itself is so like intricate, and it's so beautiful to look at. It's so amazing. But yeah, all these cards are just super awesome, super nice. I would definitely recommend picking this deck up. So, and also just the faces in general, I really love the design of the faces because the actual suits of the cards, you probably can't really tell on the camera here, but you guys can sort of see it almost looks like a thumbprint, or like they've been smudged a little bit. I don't really know why, but I just love that design. I love that idea that the cards look a little bit used. But yeah, all of these cards, they're super cool. The face cards are really cool. So yeah, these are definitely one of my favorite decks over here. Okay, so now a little bit of a break from Theory 11. We have over here bicycle chainless cards. These are actually probably my favorite like bicycle brand cards, just because they're super cool. I really love the back design of these cards. I really do just like the design of these cards a lot. And also on the faces, cool thing about these cards is that the pips are really small, and I just remembered that I've organized this deck into red and black. Don't worry guys, there's a trick coming up where I'm going to use this setup over here, but not right now. We'll save that for another video. But as you guys can see, all of the pips, they're actually kind of small, but I really like that design still. They are still really easy to spot if you're looking at them from far away, but they're still really nice cards, and all the face cards are pretty cool looking. And yeah, so all of these cards are really nice quality. So yeah, these are really cool cards. All right, so next up is going to be another Theory 11 deck. We have Animal Kingdom, just like this. So this deck over here is super cool. I really like the orange color because not a lot of decks are orange, and I really do like orange. I think that is actually my favorite color. So this is probably like my favorite colored deck just because I like orange a lot. But yeah, these cards are super nice, super high quality, and the actual faces of the cards are super nice because the red cards are actually orange. All of the face cards are different animals, as you guys can see. We have like a Jack of Diamonds here is a parrot, the Jack of Hearts here is a zebra, Jack of Spades is a penguin. So as you guys can see, all the face cards are super cool. And if you guys really want to look into more detail, you guys can actually see here on the back of the cards, if I can zoom in and turn up the light a little bit, you guys can actually see here, it says we have Arctic is a spade, Swamp is a club, and if I turn it over, we have Jungle is a diamond, and Grasslands is a heart. Now, if you look at all those names of the suits and you look at all the animals of all the suits, you will actually match them up, and you'll see that the animals will belong in those like different locations in, you know, the animal kingdom, and it's super cool. I really like that nice touch of detail, and also comes with nice jokers over here. Pretty cool looking, just like that. And yeah, all these cards are super nice, super high quality. So yeah, guys, definitely recommend getting this one. All right, so next up, we have Theory 11 Blue Monarchs, just like this. I think this is actually the very first Theory 11 deck that I picked up just because I fell in love with this back design over here, as you guys can see. Just like that, you guys can see the super cool design of these cards. I really like just the sword going through and all of these vines and the snakes, and it's such a cool design. I really love this card design over here. As for the cards themselves, the quality is super nice, and they're really nice and smooth, and they really separate really well when you do, you know, dribbles and springs and all that stuff. They're super nice quality and all that. So it also comes with 2 identical jokers over here, so that's really nice. And yeah, the cards are just super great. All right, so next up, we have the Neil Patrick Harris cards by Theory 11. These cards are actually probably my newest deck, just because I picked them up pretty recently. So you guys can see they're super new and super nice, high quality cards. The design of these cards is really interesting. I really like the back design, and all the cards here are super smooth, and the cards handle really nicely. Comes with 2 identical jokers. That's always a nice feature. And the cards themselves are really cool looking. All the pips are really nice, and all the face cards, they look like traditional bicycle cards, so that's really nice if you're using this deck on a spectator that has like no knowledge of a deck of cards. It's really nice. The Ace of Spades here is really cool looking as well. You guys can see over here, Ace of Spades looks super nice. But yeah, all these cards are super cool, and I definitely recommend getting this deck. Alright, coming up next is the National playing cards by Theory 11. These are the red National cards. I'll take them out of the box here so that you guys can see this gorgeous back design that Theory 11 has created. You guys can see this back design, super nice, super awesome. These cards are super great, super high quality cards. They fan really nicely, and they faro also really nicely. As always, these Theory 11 cards are super cool, and I think my favorite part about this deck is just the aces in general. The aces are just so cool looking. They have the coolest designs on them ever, and just, you know, the cards in general, they have these extremely cool looking designs on them, like the 4 of clubs. These clubs are super like skinny and small, but they're super nice. And then here's the ace of diamonds, super cool design. 6 of hearts, as you guys can see, all of the suits, they're just really like tiny. I really like that. Here's like a face card, for example, super cool design, completely non-traditional deck of cards that I just love so much. It's such a cool deck. I definitely recommend picking this one up. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite decks over here. All right, guys, so we're getting into the top 3 territory. So here is number 3. We actually have here the red Monarchs. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite decks, just because I love the color red and I love the Monarch design on the back as well. So you really cannot go wrong with this deck. Super nice, super high quality deck, just like this. As you can see, I've actually separated the colors here as well. But yes, it comes with 2 identical jokers, and this deck actually did come with a double backer. It's not in this exact deck here, but it's somewhere in my collection over there. But yeah, this deck is super nice, super high quality. Definitely one of my favorites. All right, so number 2 is the Memento Mori deck by Chris Ramsey. This deck is super awesome, super nice. I love the design. This is like the main reason why I got these cards, is just the design itself on the back is just so cool. The rainbow skeletons, I just love that so much. And when you fan out these cards, it just, oh my god, it's so mesmerizing just to look at all of those colors on the back of the cards. Super pretty, super amazing cards. And I love the colors of the faces as well. The black cards aren't even black cards, they're almost like purple, and I love that so much. And the red cards are almost like purple and pink mixed together. It's just a great array of like colors and all that. All the face cards, they actually don't have exact faces on them. They're all just kind of look like sculptures, and I just love that look so much, and I just love this deck a lot. So this is definitely one of my favorite decks ever. All right, guys, so here is my number 1 all-time favorite deck. And if you guys are somehow expecting this to be one of the decks that I've used in my videos, I've actually never used this deck in any of my videos. So this is the first time I'm going to show this deck ever on camera. And here it is, the butterfly deck. This deck I picked up recently. It was actually a gift, but it's, oh my god, this is my all-time favorite deck of cards over here. Now, this is actually a trick. This is actually a marked deck, so I'm not going to get into that because you will have to purchase this deck, but I will just show you guys, you know, the cards over here in general, because if you guys know the marking system, then you guys will know how it works. But if you guys just want to look at these cards like this, you guys will not be able to see the marking system because they are just, oh my god, these cards are just insanely cool. You guys can see all the faces. They're pretty much just like normal bicycle cards, which is really nice for a spectator who is used to cards and stuff like that. It's just really nice. The main thing about these cards is just like the quality. They're super smooth edges, and I love that so much. They're super great, and they look absolutely amazing, and I just absolutely love this deck of cards. So yeah, guys, that was my deck collection. I really hope you guys liked it, and yeah, stick around for more card magic videos coming out soon. So see you guys next time. Bye.